How do you feel coming back after pretty much nearly a year away?
It feels good. I was ready to. I knew Song was going to be super dangerous, and he was. He had me hurt a couple times in the fight, and I got to fight through some good adversity. I got to kind of like test a little bit of my wrestling in the fire, which is something that I wanted to do. And Song showed up. I kind of feel a little bit bad that he didn't get to go to a fifth. You know, I like seeing who I am in the fifth round, and I didn't get to do that, but that's okay. Song fought good, and I'm happy with the way that I fought.
And it's interesting, too. The judges, two of them had it 3-1. One had it 2-2. How did you see it going in there?
I thought it was going to be close. I was going to try my best in the fifth round, regardless of what the score was. So I knew that I was keeping myself really safe. It took a little, you know, like it took a round and a half or 2 rounds for me to, like, get his timing and to not get hit, keep my guard real good. But, yeah, I was figuring it out.
You know, I wanted to ask you, Cory, you talked so much about making improvements in the time off. How did those improvements you made in that year off come into play in the fight tonight?
I think they helped just because I made him think more. Like, it wasn't just going to be a kickboxing fight against me. And I think that if I can continue getting better at the wrestling and I can make it so that people have to worry about that aspect too, I think it's just going to make my striking 10 times better.
That's what I was going to point out. I was going to say, I think the biggest difference, and I realized what you were doing, and it's kind of the same thing I did against Jan, is just making him have to respect that it's not just an MMA, actually it is an MMA fight, it's not just a kickboxing fight. And I think what you did, making him have to respect the takedown entries, even if you didn't get it, it's okay. And you did get the 1 takedown at the end, which was really nice, and I jumped over and I said, 2, that's 2 takedowns, that's 2 points right there. But I thought it was beautiful how you blended everything in together, and I don't know, what else do you think that you have left to kind of unturn for the next evolution of Cory Sandhagen?
I think I just need to keep getting better at the stuff I'm getting better at. Just keep getting better, man. You know, like I see this as like a beautiful art, and I'm just gonna keep chiseling away at my art and just trying to get better and better every day.
The commentary team made note of it. I noticed it as soon as he walked out, and you had Ryan Hall in your corner. I thought that'd be a perfect relationship between you and him because of the way you guys think and approach fights. Now, how did this relationship start, and what does it mean to you to have him have your back like that?
Yeah, Ryan's a phenomenal, 1, instructor and martial artist, but 2, I just like being around the guy because he makes me think about life differently. He makes me think about fighting and life differently. Fighting is my life, so the 2 overlap all the time, and I'm just really blessed to have Ryan in my corner. He's a super smart guy, obviously, and he's really well thought out in his game, and yeah, it's working for me.
Nice. I want to ask you who you want next, and for that we'll get a little bit of context with the rankings here. You were number 4 coming into this one. We know you've already fought for the interim title before. You mentioned a couple of names. Maybe you could remind us who you'd like to see, because you've already fought Jan. You know, we already know you fought TJ, but there's some other names here in the top 5 that you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, one of these guys in October. You know, I think it'd be a little bit of a stretch for me to ask for a title shot after this one, but, you know, maybe one more against Cheeto or Merab. Those are the 2 obvious choices. Both of them are going to be really good tests, so one of those guys around Christmas sounds good to me.
Yeah, Cheeto coming off that win over Dominic, Merab obviously the win over Aldo. I mean, your division right now is kind of on fire. Yeah, how many more fights do you think you need to get back to this guy?
One more and then Aljamain.
Yeah?
One more and then Aljamain, yeah.
Y'all can do it right now.
I got nothing but respect, man, so
Thank you.
It is what it is.
You know, it is interesting, though, the power situation. You know, we were kind of discussing that, and you've even mentioned it. That's not something that you have, so you find other ways to compensate for that with your style. Is it a concern, though, to you when you think of some of these other guys, though, with the power, that you ever feel like, oh, I should up that as well, or you feel like you can always keep this Cory Sandhagen as you are and just do it technically?
Power by, like, powerful, they're like strong, powerful hitters.
Yeah, they, you know, some of the guys just do seem to have more power in their
calling
punches.
me skinny?
I'm not calling you anything
right.
other
No,
than...
I'm with you.
No, not at all, not at all.
No, I'm kidding. No, you know, like, all the guys hit hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, the fight ended because I hit Song good, you know, so as long as I keep technical, I'm going to keep doing everything my way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm stubborn in that way. I'm doing things my way.
Well, your ways seems to be working pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't catch your whole post-fight speech, but I caught a little clip of something you said about looking at this more like a sport. I kind of wanted you to kind of unpack that a little bit and elaborate.
You know, like, okay, that's a little bit of a long-winded answer, so I'll give you the short.
That's fine.
I'll give you the short one. from like a strategic standpoint, like fighting in a cage is very, there's not like a lot of external things that can happen, right? Like there's a set, a time. So the amount of strategy that can go into it is only so much. So these things get judged in a certain manner. And so if you can just do little things to just sway it that much, especially against guys like Song, against guys like Jan, who are very, very good kickboxers, which is what I am also, I don't want these like gray rounds. I want these rounds to look like I'm the one that's winning. And I think that the way that you do that in this sport and in this context is by making it so that you're just controlling them a little bit more, you know? That's like what the greats have shown us, and that's something that I need to add in.
I thought you had a brilliant performance tonight,
Thanks.
from top to bottom. Is there anything that you did tonight that even impressed yourself?
No, I wanted more takedowns, honestly. You know, I did good. It feels a little bit weird. It was 2-2 on 2 of the judges' scorecards. I come in these things to win these things, not to like, you know, skate by and have close fights. So it can always be better. But that being said, man, Song's a hell of a fighter. He hits a little bit harder than Jan, to be honest. And
I would imagine.
the full hit's hard. So he was a tough opponent. I got the win. I got by like a really tough guy who was down in the rankings, but, you know, honestly could very easily be top 5. So I'm happy about the win. I don't get to go home a loser, so thank God.
And yeah, actually,
Thank
really,
God.
really quickly, but because you did fight down in the rankings, and a lot of people don't do that. You actually did risk a lot there. What made you do that?
It's about getting better for me. It's about fighting the toughest guys and getting better. Like, this is a sport. It's a spectacle. It's entertainment. But for me, internally, this is about me trying to be the best person that I can be. And I do that through martial arts. And so it doesn't matter really who it's against. If I think that they're a very game opponent, I will fight them.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.